Hey, welcome back everybody. How's everybody doing? I have a real treat for you today. I have a new recipe I want to share with you and I think you're gonna love it. It's called Cheeseburger Muffins.
Come on, don't give me that. Come on, let's go. We're gonna have turn off. We want a cheeseburger. Come on, everybody got a cheeseburger. You want cheeseburger? Come on,
Cheeseburger muffins? I thought muffins were supposed to be sweet. Well, not my cheeseburger muffins. I'm using some nice organic ground beef and I'm going to show you actually a few tricks, little chemistry tricks to help you make sure that that beef is nice and tender and delicious. So, what are we waiting for? Let's cook. Okay, first I want to tell you I have some dough that I prepared yesterday that fermented overnight. It's 80% hydration, and if you want to see how to make this, you can look at one of my previous videos, and I'll put that in the description for you so you can kind of jog your memory. But it's basically 80% hydration, this dough, and very simple, easy to make, but it does make a big difference if you let it ferment overnight. It tastes a whole lot better. So we'll be using that for our recipe today for our cheeseburger muffins. I know it's technically bread, but hey, muffin sounds a lot nicer. So let's get our onions cooking first. I'm just going to slice them up. You don't have to dice them. Just going to slice them up and put them in the pan with some olive oil. So we're going to get that pan nice and hot with some extra virgin olive oil. And we don't need too much. I'm using 80% hamburg. So there'll be plenty of together. Organic, grass-fed, 80% hamburg. So one thing I'm going to do today, and something you maybe have not heard of before, is I'm going to be adding some baking soda to my hamburg. I know that sounds a little crazy, but believe it or not, there is some chemistry reason behind that. The reason is I'm going to add it so it's going to change the pH of the hamburger just a little bit, bring it up a little higher. And the effect is that it causes the protein fibers to unfold, thus making the meat more tender. So you got to be careful though, you don't add too much, just about a half a teaspoon or so. Hamburger a little bit. I'm just gonna sort of sprinkle a little bit on top of the meat, and you don't need very much. As it turns out, baking soda is what's called a buffer, which means that it can effectively absorb the acid, so to speak, neutralize the acid for a reasonable amount of acid. So you don't need much of it. So we're just going to keep moving this around in the pan. We're going to brown. Okay, so we can get these onions started on the other side of the pan. Get them going. And it's a pretty simple, pretty basic recipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of coat the meat with a little salt, a little Himalayan salt. Put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Gives it a nice kick, nice flavor. Some black pepper. Very good. And a little bit of garlic powder. You can use fresh garlic too if you want. It's your choice. Okay. Let those onions cook. Okay, this is coming along really well. Just to help it bind together a little bit better, I'm going to add a little beef base. Now, you can add some chicken broth, beef broth, excuse me, if you want to. Probably like almost a teaspoon. Dissolve it in the water a little bit. And this is optional. I just like to give it a little extra beef flavor and kind of kick it up a little bit. And We're going to add a little cornstarch to that, about a teaspoon or so. And this is going to help bind it all together so it doesn't fall apart and it stays nice. It makes like a little matrix in our recipe. Let's mix that up. We don't want it to be too hot when we're mixing it in our dough. We want it to, because it'll start cooking. We actually start cooking the bread. This hamburger mixture is cooling off. I'm going to take some tomatoes, small tomatoes, just kind of get them ready. And what we'll do is just going to kind of squeeze out the seeds because it's going to make the recipe too watery if we don't. So when I squeeze the seeds, I'll just basically kind of squish it a little bit, not too much, just get most of the seeds out. So the muffin tin I'm going to be using has 12 spots, right? And it looks like there's going to be about 90 grams of dough per spot if you want to be precise. And I'm just going to add some olive oil to that, just so it doesn't stick. So you got some olive oil in there, so a generous amount. And we can just kind of move it around the sides, make sure, even on the top as well, right? So make sure nothing sticks. Okay, now, so my plan is to take my dough, beautiful dough right here, and we're going to lay it out flat and basically make like a big roll, almost like a jelly roll, only with hamburg and its beautiful ingredients. Then I'm going to cut out the pieces individually and place them into the muffin tin. Then we'll let them proof for about an hour, and we'll cook them, and we'll get to enjoy them. They'll be delicious. So I have some semolina on my cutting board. And you can see dough is looking really, really nice. All full of air pockets. So it does pay to, give that extra time. Let that dough ferment overnight. So I did a couple stages of folding yesterday before I put it into the fridge overnight. So this is a time when you want to put a little olive oil on your hands because the dough is definitely going to stick otherwise. I'm just going to try and work this a little bit and spread it out nice. And earlier I calculated that each piece is going to be about a little bit more than an inch long based on getting 12 pieces. My cutting board is about 14 inches, so you don't have to do perfect math for all this, but you get the idea. You do what makes you happy, right? It's all going to be fine. All right, so I've started off just kind of getting this dough still kind of a little thick, and that's fine because we're going to stretch it some more. We're going to add our mixture to that. Just going to lay it out flat like that. And see, it's still a little bit warm, but that's okay. Just get it spread out evenly right across. Okay. Spread it out evenly. Oh, this is going to be so good. I can tell already. Just the dough alone is amazing. Okay, we'll get that out of the way. Now I'm going to add a few pickles. Not too much, just enough so everybody gets a little bite. Everybody gets a little bite of pickle. So you feel like eating a hamburger. Don't want to overdo it. And I'm going to now add my tomatoes. A piece of tomato all the way across. Right. There we go. Looking good. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, All right. Now what? Can't forget the mustard. Let's get over here, get a little closer so we can see this beautiful food. Okay. A little mustard. So I don't know, I want to overdo it. You just want to give a little bit of that hint of it so we can tell it's there. A little ketchup. Okay. And I have some Gouda cheese cubes that I'm going to be using. I like Gouda cheese. It has a really nice flavor to it. So open the bag. It has a nice little nutty flavor. A little bit upgrade from the American. If you want to use American, that's fine too. So I'm going to go on the next layer with the cheese, go right across with these cheese cubes. And I like the Gouda too because it holds up a little bit. It doesn't melt too much. So you still don't see the cheese there. A little bit firmer cheese than American. All right, there we go. All right, so I'm going to see how this goes. Now I'm going to try and roll this up. And this is a new recipe for me, so sort of you're witnessing an experiment here, guys. Yeah, that's gonna be great. I'm just gonna keep folding, keep folding, keep folding, keep folding. And the last piece I'm just gonna pull right over the top like that. Oh yeah. Now what we can do is to make the dough stick a little bit, you can put a little water on it looks like it's sticking pretty good, so I'm not too worried about it. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to start cutting some pieces. We'll see how that goes. So let's see, let's get the end piece first. I'm just going to kind of take that and pop it right into the muffin tin, like that. So I'm doing about 1-inch size pieces. And again, this is kind of an experiment for me too, so we're going to have to see. But I think it's going to be great. Delicious. I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of cheddar cheese on top, right? Why we're putting cheese? Because we can. Why not, right? And once again, I'm going to let these things proof for about an hour. Rise up a little bit more. And we'll probably bake them about 10 or 15 minutes. It won't take too long because they're in these nice muffin tins. That's the beauty of making these small ones versus making a calzone. So here we go. Had a chance to proof, and they're looking great, just about doubled in size. So what I'm going to do is going to get these into the oven and cook them for about, set the timer for about 35 minutes. I have a cookie sheet underneath them just in case any of this filling spills out. And I also have a steam tray in the bottom to make some steam in the oven and make them nice and crispy. Okay, it's that time. Looks like our cheeseburger muffins are ready. Let's take them out of the oven. Let's see how they came out. Oh boy, look at that. It's beautiful. Ooh, wish you could be here to smell these. They smell amazing. The fresh, cold fermented dough, organic hamburg and cheese and onions, all kinds of good stuff. So we're gonna let those cool off a little bit and we'll try them and see how they came out. Okay, so let's take one out and try them out, see how they came out. Oh boy, look at that. Yeah, it sure looks like a muffin, but it's not going to be like any muffin you ever had before, I can guarantee you that. But I'm sure you're going to love it. So let's see, we give it a bite. So really hot, you can see that cheese inside, the gouda cheese. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Cheese on the top, nice and crunchy. You can see inside we have all that wonderful hamburg. That's so good. Looks like we have a winner. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I hope you have a chance to try this at home. Thank you and God bless.